I'm Heatman, and this is MMN's Reset, here to talk about Mega Man 2. Mega Man 2. I really like Mega Man 2, and in fact, a lot of people really like Mega Man 2. While it's only the second game in the 20-year-long franchise, it's hands down the most renowned of them all. So why is that? Well, a lot of reasons, but basically, Mega Man 2 takes everything that made the original Mega Man a good game and added only those elements that were needed to really balance the fun and challenge of the gameplay. The most important of these additions was the password feature. Now, when your angry dad yanked out the Nintendo's plug in mid-play because you got an F on your math test, you didn't have to worry about starting all the way over from the beginning. Another nice addition was the collectible E-tanks. When the fighting got too tough, these storable energy reserves could mean the difference between progressing and a game over. Of course, when it comes to challenge, Mega Man 2 still obliges with enthusiasm. The game's not without its tricky parts, probably the most well-known of which being Quickman's deep pit of angry laser death. Let's see if I can get through it the tough way. Still got it. But the nice thing about Mega Man 2 is for all the difficulty it can dish out, in most cases it gives you the means to circumvent that difficulty if you want. That way, you can get through the traps by taking the easy way, and then maybe come back later after some practice and take the more courageous route. Mega Man 2 bumped the number of selectable bosses from 6 to 8. The weapons each Robot Master surrenders have their own uniqueness and usefulness. Despite Robot Master weaknesses, it seems like areas of stages were designed with certain weapons in mind. On top of that, you also receive support items, which predated the inclusion of Rush. Oh, and as a small but nice touch, this is the first game that actually announces you received a new weapon. When I started playing the original Mega Man, I didn't even know I was getting them. I could go on praising Mega Man 2 as much as the next old school gamer, so might as well point out a couple of faults I find with it. The one that's rather bittersweet is the Metal Blade. It's just so darn useful. It's multi-directional, has very little energy usage, and the majority of enemies are weak to it. You can use this weapon through most of the game instead of your Mega Buster. The weapon should be helpful, but not this helpful. Aside from that, the other issue I have is the inability to replay stages you've cleared. I can't say it cuts down on the replay value, since I've been playing Mega Man 2 again and again for years, but if there's a power-up you can't get in a stage, you can pretty much kiss it goodbye. As far as the story goes, Mega Man 2 is a simple revenge plot. While we don't know exactly what happened to Dr. Wily at the end of the first Mega Man, he's on the loose and ticked off at having his plans ruined, so he tries again by creating 8 new battle robots to challenge the Blue Bomber. And by creating, I mean stealing plans and modifying other robots. Thus, Mega Man goes off to face him, because he wouldn't be Mega Man if he didn't. Now, maybe these things explain why Mega Man 2 is so renowned, and maybe they don't. But if one thing does, the reason gamers like Mega Man 2 so much is because the creators like making it so much. While the first Mega Man did alright, it wasn't the blockbuster that Capcom was hoping for. However, Keiji Inafune and his fellow co-workers knew they had a great format on their hands. They finally got the corporate brass to agree to a sequel by promising to make Mega Man 2 in their spare time while working on another game. Considering Inafune was still new to the company, it was tough times.
I've been at Capcom 2 years at the time of making Rockman 2, and I was still the new kid. So, I had trouble with making games while having to learn the ropes. Stuff that took 3 hours to do I couldn't even do in 3 days. But going at it that way and learning, those 3 days became 1 day, then 8 hours. The work gradually took less and less time.
To boost more interest in the series, the team held a contest in Japan that let kids submit their own ideas for boss robots, with 8 being chosen for the game. This tradition continued on to the next main titles in the series. While Inafune felt a little restrained by not being able to create as many new characters, he did enjoy working on the ideas contributed by fans.
It was fun to redesign the bosses the kids thought up for this game, and when I think about it, it wasn't until we did the boss character recruitment that I developed a sense of producing.
Mega Man 2 is definitely a game for the ages. Its legacy is that it propelled the Mega Man franchise to last as long as it has. It's even inspired much in the creation of the upcoming title, Mega Man 9. Devoted Mega Man fans, casual gamers, and the like almost all have fond memories of Mega Man 2, which live on in the vast amount of fan-made tributes. Without a doubt, this is the game that made Mega Man.